Good morning. Today is the 18th of November 2024 and I'm going to go through today's levels and my trading plan. Before we start, as always, let's check to see what could move the market, and we do have some medium impact news coming out at 10 AM, so just keep an eye on that, and then nothing until after market closes. So you've got Fed speak and house market index, so just keep an eye on that today at 10 AM if you're in a trade. Okay, so on my screen we're currently looking at the ES, and this is the daily time frame at the moment. If I sound like I'm slowing a little bit, I've just been making some Carolina Reaper chili sauce, and I didn't have enough ventilation, and I did try some, and my mouth's a bit tender at the moment, very raw. Well, I've tried some and virtually felt like I pepper sprayed myself with the fumes as well. So it's taken me about 20 minutes just to get back to normal again, and I can still feel it in my stomach right now. Anyway, looking at volume, we can see, let's just open up my pen, we can see we've got increase in volume on decline in price. That's a sign that we've got market weakness or strength in the sellers. The sellers are willing to push it down, and obviously we're coming to this level on Friday around 5,900, which is a key area which we've held. We kind of broke through it actually, but we're right back at it now. 5,900, exactly where we are now. So that's still our key area to watch this week. If we're going to see continued selling, potentially we could see it sell off, and then we might be looking at hopefully a nice head and shoulders pattern over the coming weeks. We can keep an eye on that as well, but key areas today is to watch for the break and retest of the lows. Keep an eye on Friday's low, as we have got increased volume, so we are showing strength in the sellers right now. So let's just quickly flick over to the hourly just while we're here. Areas of confidence to watch for. This area here, 5,700, we're quite away from that. We've got this area here as well, 5,800. And obviously 5,900, and then we've got all-time highs. So we are still in a daily uptrend, so we have to bear that in mind. As you can see, we're still trading above the 50 moving average, so until we lose that area excuse me, we have to consider we're in an uptrend. So with that in mind, let's look at the hourly. Good morning back to you, Charles. Hopefully you had a nice weekend. Here we are. So this is the hourly, and we're in hourly downtrend. We've got this downtrend line. Let's draw a better line than that. So this is our hourly trend line from last week, Thursday, Friday. Obviously we're in this downtrend as well. So we are in an hourly downtrend despite being in a daily uptrend. So we need to bear that in mind, that it might be a bit tricky until we can confirm both a higher time frame downtrend as well as a lower time frame. However, if this is a pivot today, pre-market low, we could also be seeing maybe a bit of a bounce area, so keep an eye on that. Oh, let's go back, get rid of that one. So levels for today, there's not that many great levels, although we do have this 59.50. I do quite like that area of confidence, tops and bottoms of candles and pivots going back to the beginning of the month, and then we had the bottoms of these candles, the tops of that pre-market high on Friday, and we've got the 50 moving average coming down into that area as well. So I do quite like this 59.50 to 59.40 rejection area. Obviously I like the break and retest of pre-market high long, and we've got to watch for Friday's high, and then the break of retest low, break and retest of pre-market low as well. So they're the two areas I'll be watching. Going short on pre-market low, we just got to be wary that we have got pivot coming from the lows of Friday, and we've got a bit of volume in that area as well on the volume profile, but it's not as much as we've got up here. And then if we see a big push up today and we do get past these levels, 59.50, then we've got this area of confidence where we've got bottoms of candles, tops of these candles here, and we've got volume just starting to come in as well. So I think this is a good area to watch for a rejection. And obviously 6,000 is a psychological number as well. So that's the areas I'll probably be watching today. We are probably in between levels really at the moment, all the decent ones. And then for the bounce, I'd like to see where the volume is. Quite a lot of volume down here, but we also have quite a bit of volume here as well. So this is a key area we were watching last week, and we broke down through it, came back up and retested it. Same as we had a retest there. So we'll just keep an eye on where we are right now, 5,900. If we can't hold that number 5,900 for the long, then we can look for the rejections down, and the best place for a bounce has got to be this area of confluence here. So we've got tops of these candles are down here. There's a zone we're looking at, so let's just draw it as a zone. So this is an area to watch as well for a bounce. Now 58, 55, similar levels we've been watching from a few weeks ago. Notice how we have all that volume down there, so we do need to get through all that volume first before we can get into this, find a long. And I think that's probably the best place. We've got a few pivots as well, maybe a little bit lower, 58.40, 58.50, 58.40 is the region. So this is the region to watch for the bounce. And I think that's it. So we've got a rejection area at 59.50 and we've got 58.50, so quite a big 100-point gap between them, and we're smack banging in between the areas at the moment. So we just need to be patient today and wait for the setup. If we do come into either of these, then what I'll be looking for is a push down, maybe wait for the rejection and the bounce out. May, depend on what the market looks like, may just take a smaller position there and then add to it on a pullback. But the more conservative approach would be to wait for a double bottom pattern, or a double bottom, or a higher low like that, and then get in on the break of that, or even the break of that pivot. So that's how I'll be looking to get into that position if we get down to that area. And same for up here as well, I'll be waiting for confirmation. Very occasionally, we've had quite a lot of V bottoms recently, so I've kind of now been getting in with a small position, 1 or 2 contracts, just to be in the trade with a tight stop above. And then if it goes in my direction, then I'm looking for this pattern we just discussed. So that's what I'll be trying to do at these levels. So let's now put some alerts in, so we're aware if we get up into these regions. Same down here. And then obviously when I'm looking for these reversals, I'll be watching order flow. So let's just flick over to the order flow, and I'll be looking for several confirmations on here. Okay, so I'm just looking at to see any signs of divergence. Notice over the last few minutes, increase in price, decrease in cumulative delta. If we're at an hourly level right now, we're at 5,900 as well, so it is an area we're watching if we're going to hold it or lose it. Again, it's pre-market volume, so I wouldn't take it too much into hand, but everything else looks the same. Maybe we've got some exhaustion up there as well currently, 59.02. We only had 7 orders printed just there, and then we had a big amount there, so suddenly all these sellers are not interested at that point. So potentially we're looking at a reversal area. And again, that's if we're watching at 5,900. I'm not going to do anything until after the market opens. Let's just see what direction it wants to go. And obviously we've got the point of control up in the top half, right, well, literally in the top third, which shows that's where, if we're going to reverse, that's one of the first signs to look for reversal. And we've got the divergence as well. So there's a few reasons we could watch that. I might keep an eye on that, but I'm not going to trade it myself. And then here's a good one as well. This 10-minute. Look at the point of controls all aligned with each other. So we've got these point of controls aligned there. These ones almost aligned there as well. So it may back up this theory a little tiny bit, and then maybe wait for a reversal pattern. There's no reversal pattern just yet. A break of that trend down. take the short, break and retest, so that'll be a short at 5900, and then you can then use 5901.50, this level here, as your stop loss. You know, not because we know that's where the previous areas of heavier volume's been, especially these are lined, these are quite powerful. I know there's not a line there, but these are quite powerful areas we can use, so we know that's where the volume's been. Relatively high volume there as well, and then high volume there. So just keep an eye on that, but like I said, it is pre-market volume, so take it as a pinch of salt right now. Let's move on to SPY. Back onto my main screen. SPY. Okay, look at that bounce, exactly where we wanted it to bounce last week. That's spot on. We can watch yesterday's low or Friday's low for another bounce in that area. And if we can't hold it and we lose it, we look for the break and retest short. Again, we can watch the break and retest short of pre-market low as well, and pre-market high. And if we got the high, we've got a target in place, which will have to be this region of confluence there, tops of candles, bottoms of candles, bottoms of pivots there as well. So just keep an eye on 590.39 for rejection. The best area I like for the rejection is around this 594 to 5. Oh, sorry, I wasn't looking properly. The best area I like is around this region for rejection, 594 to 595, and then bounce area. We've got this area down here for the bounce, but probably the next best location for the bounce will be this 576, and then all the way down at 568, 565. This area here as well. That's a previous area I was watching as well, coming back from beginning of the month. So in this area here as well. So we've got a few areas we can watch for bounces, and then probably this is a rejection area. Again, looking at the daily, still in an uptrend until we lose this 50 moving average. We're right in this key area right now. Notice how we gapped up originally to that point. We come back down to the gap. If we are going to lose it, then we could probably say the gap fill is a safe bet. Let's go back to regular, and the gap fill will be at 575. Otherwise, if we're looking for a reversal pattern on the daily, potentially, are we looking at a head and shoulders pattern right now? You know, that's the kind of pattern we'll be looking for if we want to confirm a downtrend, which we're away from that at the moment. But we need to break down, come back up and retest these pivots. And that's all I'm watching for, really. Let's go back to the hourly. Yeah, pretty much those areas. SPX. Same levels as last week, really. We've got this gap as well, so we may keep an eye for this gap fill. So 942 up to about 960. And then the bounce area, we've got this big, the point of control, we haven't really tested it yet. We came close, but we're kind of still holding this 200 moving average. So if we can lose that area, we can watch that area for a bounce, 58.45, or we can watch it for a break and retest short. But notice how we do have extra volume in this area, so right in the area of interest. This region here is going to be quite hard to break down through. So I'll only use SPX to find a bounce on ES or a rejection on ES. And that's it. So that's really what I'd use that for. So if ES is coming into an area of support and SPX is also coming into an area of support, then I will be looking to go long. If it loses support on one or the other, then I would probably not look at that trade. NQ. It's a nice downtrend on the hourly. We can see that downtrend there. So the question now is, are we going to hold that downtrend, or are we going to break out above? So break and retest a pre-market high I quite like, or if we continue this trend down, then a break and retest a pre-market low. And then I can't really see, I suppose we've got a bounce area, big area of confluence here. You can see all the bottoms of these pivots. So let's keep an eye on 23, 24, this region here for a bounce. QQQ. We've got this region up here, area of confluence, all the bottoms of pivots and tops of pivots are a broken retest. So keep an eye on that area, 510 for the rejection, and then for the bounce we got this 483, 484 area. It's an area of demand as well, and the point of control is down there, so there's a few reasons we like it down there, and obviously big area of confluence as well, tops and bottoms and of candles, and obviously that break and retest, the most recent one. So I quite like 486.50 for the bounce. And again, we're right in between these major areas, so the higher risk ones. It's quite messy, there's not really any good levels really. I think that's all I'd wait for. Oil. Look at that, we bounced that level a couple of days ago. So, strong pre-market. We're putting in a strong pre-market candle now. So let's watch for a break and retest of yesterday's high to reclaim the trend line again. Or we've got this area of confluence which we've broken through. We could reject it and look for a rejection at this level here at 67.50. And then next bounce we can watch this area 66.43 for a bounce. And obviously we've got this area of confluence as well, 67 as well. We'll watch out for rejection, but not the greatest pattern, not the greatest chart looking chart at the moment. But you can see how it's holding these zones. You can see clearly holding this zone here. You can literally play between these levels. Hold in there, hold in there. You can clearly see this zone here, same zone there. Same zone there as well. So all these zones are great areas. So if we're into another zone, then we're changing trend slightly. So let's keep an eye on that. So not the greatest chart in the world for oil today. Gold. We've been on this downtrend for some time. Let's see. Any of these pivots line up with anything. There we go, so those line up, and you can probably say these ones line up as well. Oh, down there. So it's good to have a look, see. Oh, let's go back again, sorry about that. So got this left shoulder, head. Are we going to put in a right shoulder and a change of trend? Maybe, but let's keep an eye on break and retest of pre-market high 26.12 long. We got overhead resistance here at 26.50, so just keep an eye on that one. Otherwise, if we lose pre-market low, we watch for the break and retest short, and we watch for the bounce down at 2500. And sorry, 25.50. And then we've got 25.40 at the bottom. So that's it really. And then if we come back up into this region, 26.50, we can watch this region. Big area of confluence as well. Lots of confluence there. Massive amounts of volume in that region as well. Area of confluence again there. So let's keep an eye on this region. So what's that? 26.60, 26.70. This entire region here for the rejection. RTY. Look at that, came right into that zone. So keep an eye on this area, and then look where we bounced, right in that area as well. And when was that? That was on Friday, near the end of the day. So that's why I like to keep these levels in place, even if we're seem to be far away from them. That came right down to it, within the cent almost. So let's keep an eye on a break and retest of yesterday's low, maybe pre-market low as well, or break and retest of pre-market high long. And then rejections, the only area I can see for rejection. I do love this pattern. It's a brilliant head and shoulders pattern. You've got the left shoulder here, you've got the head, the right shoulder, then the breakdown, and then the retest of the right shoulder or the neckline, that neckline there, and then the sell off. So this is my favourite entry there. 2400, psychological number as well. So there's so many things good about that trade. had you taken? I missed that trade. I think I may have taken a little portion of it. In fact, I did take a little portion of it. But I should have loved to have held it overnight as well. See what happens. So now we've still got this trend, and we're close to breaking it. See where we are when the market opens. If we break pre-market high, we can watch for the break and retest, or we can watch for the bounce down at yesterday's low. And that's it. And then if we lose that area, break and retest yesterday's low, we've got this big decrease in volume, void as well. Lack of, well, I wouldn't say lack of volume, but less volume. So maybe not enough to hold you back. And then we've got this point of control, and we've got this region here, 22.40 for the bounce. And now we've got YM. Again, little head and shoulders pattern. It's subjective to how you want to say what the shoulder is. Is that the left shoulder, or is that the left shoulder there? Got the head and the right shoulder. You know, we could say that's the head and shoulders pattern. And then the break. In fact, the break and the retest was there. Or you can have a retest or the retest area. So great patterns. I love these patterns. We're right in this bounce area right now. So let's see how we do when the market opens. If we sell off and pre-market low is held, we can watch for break and retest short or a bounce. And then our next area of confidence is not until we get down to 43.286. And then we can also watch for the break and retest of pre-market high into yesterday's high. And that's it really. And then finally Bitcoin. Not looking weak at all. Still looking pretty bullish. So look at this, we've got this pattern here forming. You can, oh, not very accurate. You can either do that pattern there, or you can say it's holding that formation there, or a combination of both. But whatever happens, we're definitely holding. We're looking very bullish here. And are we going to narrow it down, and then something's going to happen? We're going to break out, or are we just going to lose this area totally? So let's keep an eye on this. There's no real levels at the moment. We've got to see what the outcome of this pattern is going to be. Right now we're right in the middle of both. So if we lose pre-market low, we can watch a break and retest, or pre-market high, break and retest. They're the only two plays I can see. Obviously if we sell off, then we've got some nice add areas down here as well we can keep an eye on. Psychological numbers as well. We've got 70,000, 60,000. You know, if we get further down, 50,000. So they're areas we might see bounces. So looking good, looking strong. I did sell 3/4 of my Bitcoin up here purely based on RSI and the volume coming in. But again, this could just be breakout volume as well, starting volume. So maybe I might regret getting out so early. But you know, I've been in it for such a long time. It's nice to take a little bit of profit. And I really want to add if we come back down again. And that's pretty much it. ES, see anything's changed in the last 10 minutes or so. No, not really. We're pretty much where we are. 5,900, exactly where we were. So this is the area to watch. And then let's quickly flick over to order flow. We've got a few minutes. And order flow is looking okay. Well, it's not quite. So if you look at the pivots here, so we've got this high here, and we're putting in a new high on the price. And then look at the pivots here, putting in a new low. So there's a little bit of a divergence. So let's just see what the market brings. So it doesn't really, it's nothing definitive. It's not a massive, you know, if we had a big divergence like that, then it would be a bit more of a telltale sign. Okay, that's it. Thank you for watching. I got this on the other live stream right now as well, the order flow stream. So any queries or questions, just message me on there. Okay, thank you for watching.